Hi, Soul Family. Interesting song. Pull that sheet back off the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. A lot about Boulder. I went to Boulder, California. Remember Boulder Creek? I always thought this was talking about Colorado. Of the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. So I just finished doing a reading. Actually, I was almost all the way through the first card, and I got a stupid phone call from one of those telemarketer things that drives you insane, right? Because I forgot to put on Do Not Disturb. So we're disturbed when we don't put our boundaries up. And that was the message that I was even speaking about. But the fact that I was interrupted, I thought, well, maybe there was something that I said that I shouldn't have said. I was shown a lot of things in my dream last night. And it relates to the little cat in the neighborhood here that keeps coming here, the one that I'm been taking care of, the one that's owned by those disgusting people, or they used to own it. Anyway, the bros, the badass, disgusting people who mistreat this little animal. I was shown that animal as a child. I've been shown it for a while in someone's life. I have a client who fostered a little boy, and the mother was a drug addict, and the father was an alcoholic, was in jail. And I've seen it again and again in my dreams. It's more than one person that I'm watching, and there is that's why they're showing it to me as this little cat. Your heart's involved, right? Here's this little boy that wants my love. He's the sweetest thing in the world, and the people that own him are disgusting and unfit, and they don't treat this little boy with kindness or the way he deserves to be treated. The only difference is what I'm dealing with is a cat that's been thrown out, and I will take that cat. That cat stays here. I'll take it in and get it neutered, and it will become mine. When you have a child, and there are other people involved, this is not your child. No matter how much you love this child, you can be a big brother, you can be like an uncle, but what I've been watching for the last many, many months and dealing with my client is heartbreaking, because the child's gone back to the mother, who is unfit, and your heart gets ripped back and forth, and she's like, thinks about the child all the time, and they're trying to allow the mother to bond with the child again, but the mother's still an unfit mother. She still does drugs, and the child is soaking in diapers, and the place smells like urine. And just like I was thinking last night about the little cat, he's just reached the age of maturity, so he's spraying, and I said, you got pee-pee pants, right? And I'm thinking about that. It's a little boy, so he's just little, probably still in diapers, and your heart would break. But what I'm watching is someone paying for that whole family's bills, for the father who's a deadbeat, who's living off of you, and the mother who's a drug addict and an alcoholic. And what's even more twisted about the relationship is the person who's taking care of this family is the ex-partner of the woman who is the drug addict. And clearly his life isn't going to move forward, because this isn't his child. It's the child of the other person. Both parents are unfit, and he's taking care of everybody. And the guy's like, yeah, right on, thanks. Both parents are saying, thanks. You go to work and you pay for us, because, we got the gravy train here. And Spirit's been showing us for quite a while. We've got that message quite a while. I was interested because they showed us that, they told me to use the Shapeshifter's deck this morning. And I saw immediately 2 kittens. And they talked about that. We got this for a long time, you guys. Remember how there are 2 kittens that you hold in your hand. And one is your soulmate, the other is not. One is not your responsibility, and the other is where you're meant to go. But you feel drawn to take care of this other. You want to take care of them both, but you can't take care of them both. And the fact that you're staying there in this position that you are, you're not moving forward, and you're hurting everyone. And the pain is coming. It's clearly hurting your heart, but you are the one who's causing all the pain, because your place isn't with the one that you're trying to save. So it's like trying to stay in that situation with that child that is not yours. You're causing your own pain, and you're hurting the child, because what happens when you finally leave? You can't stay there forever. That isn't your child. He has his own family. You're paying for other people when you should be taking care of your own life. You're getting them allowing them to depend on you, but worse, allowing the child to depend on you and get used to you being there. And then the day is going to come that you're going to have to go, and it's going to be even harder. So Spirit was encouraging to leave that situation and move forward, but according to what I'm being shown in my dreams, it hasn't been listened to. Spirit has not been listened to. If there are steps that you need to take, such as with my client, you know, she applied to be a foster parent, but the court stepped in. It was, remember, the contract that was broken. The contract was broken. The child was given back to his mother. So it's over. It's out of your hands, and you have to allow and trust that Spirit is going to take care of the child. And Spirit has reassured that that child will be cared for. You think it won't be, but it will be. And you need to move forward, and you need to get out of that toxic environment, but you're not listening. So I'm curious. That's what they showed me in my dreams. Like I said, I've had several clients. I've had more than one client with the same story, and I've been dreaming about it for months and months. So there is someone that I'm connected to that is doing this, and the person is just like me, very loving and very generous and kind and wanting to help. But there's a difference between helping a child that belongs to another family and helping a cat that's been thrown out and neglected. All right, first message. So no matter how heartbreaking it is for you, you're actually hurting everyone by allowing the situation to go on. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Oh, wow. 2 kittens just flipped out. I'm going to put it back in because I've already shown you the message. I knew. It was supposed to be spoken of. And, you know, all Spirit can do is guide us and give us the direction. If we don't take it, you know, like Spirit says, you say nothing's working, you know, well, you've got the tools in front of you. Use them. If you don't use the tools in front of you, nothing's going to work. If you're guided to do something and you don't follow direction, it's not going to happen. You're not going to have a happy result that's promised. So when we get these messages and say, this is coming, and everyone's like, well, you said this is coming. Yeah, you have choices to make. And if you follow the guidance, that will be the outcome. But if you refuse to follow the guidance, it won't be your outcome. God helps those who help themselves. We help ourselves by following our guidance, following our action steps, to the point where Spirit says, okay, now hand it over to us and trust us that things will be taken care of. Believe me, I am the Father of all. I will take care of it. I'm asking you now to step out and let me handle it. So I have to remember this too. You know, I want to step in too. But when Spirit says surrender, step out, let me handle this, it's insulting to tell the Father that he can't handle it. Or it's the same kind of situation if Spirit says trust us and you don't trust them. It's okay to come forward. It's okay to speak your truth. It's okay. Trust us. But you don't? That's like spitting in your Father's face. Why are you even asking for help if you don't trust in the person who's there to help you? Yesterday, my best friend sent me my birthday present early. My birthday's April 9th, but she sent it to me, and in it she sent me a little bag of crystals, and they were exactly what I needed. It was amazing. Tree agate. There was a stone called lodestone and apricot agate. Apricot agate helps with relationships with mother and child. So if you are this person that has been supporting this mother and her boyfriend or husband and their child, your ex, if you want to help them, surrender the situation like Spirit says and get them a apricot agate crystal. Give it to the child and give it to the mother. It's powerful. It'll help them. Don't think it's a joke. It's very, very powerful. These stones that I got, they were exactly what I needed. Tree agate, lodestone, and apricot. Agate was for me to say that. So here we go. First message. I mean, it was interesting because the 2 kittens absolutely fell out twice. So right now, what the emphasis is for you is there's a safe place for you to go. The raccoon, your little masked man. That little one. Look how cute it is. Look at its little feet. Look at its little toes. I love that. And there she sits. I feel like this, when I look at this, I see the ancestors overlooking, a loving ancestor overlooking this little masked bandit. Raccoons, he's a bandit, right? He's got a mask on, so that's undercover, going under the radar, right? Slipping under the radar, taking cover, camouflage. It's kind of like an in-between place, somewhere to be, somewhere safe to be. Yeah? Somewhere safe to be? Attention? Hold on, let me just put him up on the chair next to me. You want up? Okay. Up you go. That's my big baby. You can be a full-grown adult and be a big baby inside, right? Needing love. We've all got a baby inside of us that needs love and attention. So you may be feeling this. There's you. That's you feeling a safe place to go. So right now it's about not revealing who you are and the situation. Because of the situation that maybe that's around you, don't draw attention to yourself. They're not telling you to be sneaky or lie or covert. They just want you to be quiet about your business, about the changes that you're going through, because you're not in a place of strength yet. So maybe the beginning of a project, or maybe the beginning of whatever the situation you're coming out of or going into, there's something, a part of you that needs to be protected, or part of this project. It could be you, or it could be what you have going that could be exploited if others find out about it. They see the value. Like I said about this person, this person is being exploited. The one who's taking care of these people. They found a gravy train. They got it. They figured it out. And they're going to feed off of it. So you need to go covert. You need to go undercover. You have a plan. Remember, we have 2 opportunities, and remember, we have 2 offers. You may have an idea. There's somebody that's not in your highest good to work with. Don't share your ideas with them. Don't go into business with them. You're the one who has the gold mine. You're the one with the idea. They will take what is yours, and they have nothing to offer. It's not about them. Don't feel that you can't go and handle this on your own. The little victory sparrow came up this morning, stayed on the railing. You are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. They're the colors of yellow, solar plexus. I am capable. I am worthy. Right now, you need to protect something. Hide something, camouflage something, because they want to exploit you. Hummingbird just came up really quickly. It's floating in the air right here. It's right there. It's literally just floating in the air. It's hovering. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's in front of the palm tree. There it is. Okay, so the hummingbird says you will accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself or to others. You will. But you have to be swift. And that's what they're saying here at this time. In order to survive, sometimes you've got to move quickly. Sometimes you've got to be quiet. Right now, Spirit is saying they don't want you to allow yourself to be used for others. They have an agenda. You are being used. Spirit has said this, that the opportunities were coming and you had an offer, or there was something in front of you, a good one and a negative one. We got the toxic, narcissistic person in your energy. You already know this. That's the thing. You already know. You are in a position of being exploited right now, and you're allowing it. So Spirit wants you to melt into the forest. Lay low. This is not about running away and hiding. This is about protecting yourself. Remember the granary that was separated from its sibling, taken across the emotional waters on that bridge by that wealthy benefactor, to stand on its own 2 feet on the other side and begin the process of being rebuilt and restored to its natural beauty? It had to be rebuilt. You are not on solid ground right now, or this project is not on solid ground right now. You have to listen to Spirit and allow them to guide you across your emotional waters and get yourself to a place of safety, quiet. You don't need to announce what you're doing. You don't need to share with everyone what your plans are. And don't allow people to exploit you. You're not on your solid ground yet. You haven't found your footing yet. So Spirit's telling you, they will show you the safe places to go. They will show you the people to go to. Who you can hide out with. They'll show you when to move up, when to step back. And what you have, your project's not just going to disappear. But you're just not going to be seen for a time. You're just kind of going to go off-grid for a little while. I would love that. I said that. Give me a couple months off-grid, right? But right now they're saying don't speak. Hide your knowledge for a time. If you have a project, right? Don't share it. Also, you know what? When you've got something really, really good and you're working on something, if you leak it out before you get the details done and before you've got it all set up, you leak the energy out. It's like you lose some of the magic about it. And you risk damaging what you're trying to build or having it stolen. Also, if you let it out, then you're worrying about people. So what if somebody takes it? Or, you know, you've got a plan, you've got an idea. Don't share it is the message right now. Keep the secret between you and Spirit and keep doing the work that you have in front of you. It needs your attention, it needs your energy. And Spirit's saying, don't give all your energy away to these ones who are sucking you dry. Whatever it is that's dear to your heart, maybe you've got a plan with that little one. Maybe that's been your plan. You know, I'm going to apply to be a foster parent, or my phone just flashed right then, so that might be something. Whatever it is, keep it under the radar and be, as the fox says, be adaptable, flexible, and ready to move quickly. You are not stupid. On the transverse, you are incredibly intelligent. Spirit acknowledges that. And you will have the perfect place to be that is safe. And you're going to preserve yourself and whatever it is that's precious to you. And you won't have to be in this position of being quiet and away forever. It's just for a little while. And when you come back out of there, you're going to be on solid ground. It's kind of like that granary. You're going to be taken across that emotional bridge. You're going to be placed somewhere. You're not running away, remember? It went and stood on the other side. But you didn't have to announce it. But it was going to be in a place that was loved and taken care of by soul family, where it could be allowed to be restored to its natural beauty and splendor and strength. And so Spirit is doing this for you. When we have our awakening and we're standing on our baby feet, we're a baby still. We're a babe in Spirit's eyes. We need attention, we need love, we need care. We need to allow ourselves to be given this. We need safety, a place where we're in peace. And Spirit's going to show you, just like that little cat was shown to come here. He knew to come here. He knew my heart was open and I would take care of him, right? Interesting message. I'm going to see if there's a message on the radio.
In there and more families and support them. You don't want to turn anybody away. They never do that, but you still want it to be comfortable for everybody. So if you...
Okay, there are more families that need support, and you don't want to turn anybody away. You still want it to be comfortable for everybody. Interesting, after what we were speaking about.
Photos at Valentine in the morning. And how good we all looking hard. Yeah, we do. Man, it fit nice and it felt right. I can tell that
It fit nice and it felt right. Okay, comfortable for everyone. Families to be taken care of. It fit well and it felt comfortable and it fit well. It fit nice, felt nice, okay? I posted something the other day about twin souls, soulmate, and it said, don't go trying to force something. It will fit like a glove, and it will. So that's another message. If it's not fitting right, there's a reason. It's not meant to fit. Other families will be taken care of, right? Comfortable, taken care of. That's exactly what Spirit just said. And it will fit, and it will feel nice. Well, clearly the situation that I watched last night was not a comfortable fit. It didn't feel nice. But that family will be taken care of. Correct neutrality on all levels. Next message. The butterfly ferrets. I am reborn. Same kind of message. So emphasis. The cormorants are making a big noise outside. They're on the move. The cormorants are the ones that say, cormorants, interesting enough, they are the ones that fishermen put a ring around their neck and they make them fish. But because the ring is around there, because they're divers, they dive down and they grab the fish. But because, and they're on a string, they're on a leash, right? They're owned. And they dive down, just like that family, that disgusting redneck family with the child who's being supported by the other person. They own that person. That person is working for them. And he doesn't even get to keep it for himself. Just like in my dream last night, he was paying the bills and he's like, I don't have the money for this. And he's paying for their bills. They're saying, thank you, thank you. They're capable, but they're making him work. Just like the cormorant. And the cormorant, they put a ring around its neck so it's not able to swallow its own fish that it catches. So that's the cormorant's message, is don't be working for someone else and them reaping the benefit and you not getting anything. Don't be working for free. Don't be doing their work for them. This could be a message about you. Maybe it's time for you to start working for yourself because you're giving all of your time and effort to someone else when you could do it on your own. Could be that. But in this situation, for what I'm being watching, is you have been working for someone else. They're sitting back. They're the big dogs that are riding for free, and you're enjoying it. Clearly, you must be enjoying being the victim and the martyr because you're allowing it to continue. You think you're coming from a place of love, but you're not. You're coming from a place of lack of self-worth. And the fact that I just saw 2 cormorants flying, they're flying. They were out of the water. The cormorant says that you will dive down deep under your emotional waters and you will emerge. Well, those 2 cormorants were on the move. Just like the message just showed you a second ago. There's somewhere for you to go. Somewhere place that's safe. You're going to be shown where to go. Don't just go. You don't have to be gone forever, but you are leaving. And that's what I just watched. Those ones that have been forced to work for other people are now leaving. And there's a pair leaving. So that could be you in spirit, showing you the way to go. They're saying, come here, come here. They called and they said, let's go. You hear the noise that they were making, right? Let's go. It was a loud call. So this is your wake-up call, basically, is what I'm getting. Okay, so the butterfly ferrets. Interesting. I'm reborn again. And look at the numbers 5. Again, there's a significant change happening in your life. It's always for the better. Good idea to call upon spirit for help with these changes because change is not always easy. Even if you've known something was coming, it could be difficult. It could be, you're leaving something behind, what's familiar, even if it's dysfunctional. When you know it, at least you know it. You may be going into a place like that forest and you're not quite certain of what's going on. But the butterflies are on these ferrets, and the ferrets, so they're shapeshifters. The butterflies speak about transformation. Sacral chakra, creativity and sexual energy. There's a pair. She's got her arms around those ones. The ferret, it's interesting about the ferret, weasel kind of family. They're the ones that will go down they will back down into their hole backwards when they're in danger. They sniff out danger. They are on the alert. They are mistrusting. They also have a very pungent smell, almost like a skunk. And they will use that when people come against them to do harm to them. They say it's like a skunk. It's kind of like my boy that's been coming here, right? He sprays, and that's his aggressive. That's like it's a pungent odor. It's marking his territory. And that's what they do. So it's a combination. What you're seeing in front of you is danger and safety at the same time. Delicate, but these ones are aggressive, right? They can be very, very, very vicious. So this is reborn again, right? Just like we were showing before. And when you're reborn, you're delicate. You're in a place of vulnerability, right? Highest part of danger. You need to have protection around you because the butterfly is about something in your life is changing. Something in your life or within your life is changing. You're going from one to another. And it feels, what's interesting is it's a death because you were the caterpillar and the caterpillar has to die to become the butterfly. And it's a struggle. It's a process that you go through. A transition. Just like having a baby. That's freaking brutal. Painful. It's not easy on the baby and it's painful on the mother, right? But by going through, remember I talked to you yesterday, sorry, about going through the, I was a cesarean baby and I was lifted out. And because of that, I went through life struggling. Because when a baby struggles through the birth canal, it makes it stronger. It does all kinds of things. Blood gets pumped, like even with the butterfly, blood gets pumped through the wings in order to give it strength so that it's strong enough to fly. If you peeled the cocoon off of a butterfly to help it out, it wouldn't be able to fly. So Spirit is allowing us to go through our struggles. It's making us stronger. Sometimes we have to go through struggles in order to stand up. Sometimes we have to take it until we just can't take it anymore. And that's what's pushed us to finally break free. So we have to have some kind of struggle or we're not going to be strong enough. So you've been through a period of struggle. You've been struggling. It's been hard. You've been feeling vulnerable. You've felt exposed, unsafe. But right now, Spirit's telling you, you've been reborn. You've passed a very great test. And yes, it is a dangerous time. That's why Spirit was saying right now you've got to be in a place of safety. Keep your plans to yourself. Maybe you have chosen to follow your spiritual path and your entire family is completely against it. You don't have to go in there with a bullhorn and announce it and put yourself in, you've just made your decision. You're not really strong yet. You get to a place of strength and then nothing's going to knock you down or knock you off your path. But if you've been coming through a difficult time and you're just getting back on your path, it's kind of like an alcoholic, right? I've been clean and sober for 8 months. I'm doing really, really well. Are you going to go hang out with the people that you used to party with? No, because it's going to knock you off your path. You're going to cause your own challenges. So you need to protect yourself. It's a dangerous time. You could slip, right? You're at a very new stage. So Spirit's saying, we're watching over you. We're going to help you out. And we're going to show you. I like this. I really like this because I said to Spirit, if I'm about to self-sabotage, show me with a red bullseye. So Spirit's going to show you. They're going to alert you and help you keep your borders safe. This is my boundary. Don't cross it. Or this is a boundary I'm about to cross. Don't cross it. Right? Just like when I was out hiking the other day. I went to go climb my boulders. And what do I see going across my path? A giant rattlesnake. Had to have been at least 6 feet long, possibly 7. It was bigger than my arm around. It was huge. It had just fed. It was halfway across the path. And what was I going to do? You go your way, I go mine. He went into his little hole and I went in a different direction. So Spirit showed me, be careful, Sherry. Today's the day when the rattlesnakes are out. And it was also speaking about in my personal life. They were. I knew who they were. So it was like, okay, I wasn't afraid of the rattlesnake, but I wasn't going to be stupid. It's kind of like when you're driving on the highway. You've got to be alert, pay attention, and you have to be an aggressive. What is it they call it? Defensive driver. You have to be prepared for other people not knowing what the hell they're doing, right? Because everybody doesn't have a great agenda. Everybody doesn't, they could be drunk drivers all around you. You have to be on the alert. So Spirit's going to show you, just like they showed me with that rattlesnake. Today's the day you want to watch your step because there's rattlesnakes in your midst. Interesting, right? You need to, it's kind of like a baby bird. I watched the little baby warbler. Mothers tried to teach the baby to jump out of its nest and it hit the water and it was struggling and I thought, oh my God. And I helped it across the water, just like Spirit helped that granary across the water. And I put it up on shore and it stood up and it sat there and it shook off its little wings and it sat in the sun and dried. So Spirit wants you to shake off your wings, right? Drop your wings. They've just dropped. Your angel wings. Pull them out. Flex them. Maybe you don't know how to flex, you're not quite sure how to work your wings yet. And I'm talking all the metaphysical, spiritual, connections that you have, your psychic antennae. You can see things, you're getting things, but you're not quite sure how to move it and work it yet. You're not quite in the flow. It's new for you. So good. So sit in the sun, pay attention to the divine masculine, spend a little time with the healing energy. Keep yourself safe. Spirit's going to show you who to stay around and who to stay away from. You're not going to go back. You're not going to shove back up of the birth canal. You're out. You're transformed. Butterfly's not going to go back into a pupa shell cocoon and become a caterpillar again. It's not, you can't. It's just like you can't go back to sleep. Do you really want to go back to sleep after you've been awakened? I mean, come on. It's going to drive you crazy. You've withstood all of the difficult process of it all, and now you need to move forward. And Spirit's telling you it's time to celebrate who you are, and we're going to watch out for you. We're going to take care of you. We're being urged, aren't we? From every single message, move forward, leave the situation you're in. And you don't need to announce it. Correct for neutrality. Or leave the job that you're in. Don't need to announce it either. Don't talk to your coworkers. And do not share your ideas with your buddy who has ripped you off before. He's let you down before and is now sucking up to you and trying to be your friend. They are going to do it again. They have an agenda. Spirit has told you that. Pay attention to what Spirit gives you. Next message. I just got asked for a private reading, so I'm going to end with this one. Wow, this is interesting. A lot of about ferrets today. So we're going to go to the ferret totem because we're getting ferrets again. And I've given you information. This is the delicate fairy. So she's the delicate fairy, and she's got the ferrets. They're protecting her, 3 of them. Full circle completion, as well as ascended masters. So the ferret is about observation. The weasels, I'm telling you, a weasel can be negative and it can be positive, right? They're cunning, they are stealthy, they're skillful hunters, they're clever, they're funny. You ever seen weasels whip around? They're hysterical. They, as a totem, are saying they're going to give you the ability to see hidden reasons behind things, okay? So this is perfect for the people who are trying to rip you off. They're going to show you. Ferrets were used to get rid of rodents in the field. So you got a rat in your ship, you drop a ferret in there. Spirit's going to show you who the rat is. Oh, I like that. They are very playful. They're inquisitive. They're like a raccoon. We already saw the raccoon and the ferrets before. They're opportunists. They'll take advantage of whatever they can drag into their little nest. So, talks about cunning and using your creativity to build a safe haven for yourself. Hello. Pretty clear. Safe hiding. They know how to bring what's of theirs into a safe hiding place. Build a safe haven for ourselves. Stock up things. Maybe you're going to be going in for a little while and you don't want to be heading to the store. This is about being ready. This is about getting prepared. I'm surprised we haven't had a squirrel. I don't have squirrels in this area here. If we did, I'd probably have one on my railing right now talking about getting prepared. Ferrets have a fine sense of smell. They see in the dark. So it's about developing your intuition and your sensitivity so that it's accurate, so that you can see and know the hidden meanings behind things. So this is going to help you also understand your own self. If there's something undeveloped in your own vision, in your own, maybe you're being inflexible. As I said, Spirit's been showing us and telling us, and maybe you're being stubborn and you're not doing what Spirit's showing you to do. Because when you're inflexible, it brings about problems. It brings about concern and anxiety that wouldn't necessarily be there if you paid attention, if you were more flexible. It's interesting, as I told you, when a ferret and a weasel, when they feel danger, they back into their little holes so they can see who's coming in. They back in. They don't feel safe until they're completely deep down inside. So right now, it's talking about you need something more secure in your life. I told you yesterday, when my falling tower hit, when my landlord flipped his switch and all of a sudden was attacking me about this cat, and when it was his idea to bring him in, I didn't feel safe, and I told him that. That made me feel very uncomfortable. I don't know when you're going to switch. 1 minute you're one way, 1 minute you're the next. It makes me feel unsafe. It made me very uncomfortable here. And I retreated. I withdrew from the drama. Like a weasel, I backed into my hole. I stood my ground. I spoke my truth, but I pulled away from it. And so a weasel, they pull in when they feel they need a secure place. And if this is one of your animals, You need that place where you can recharge. You need to pull back in. Sometimes people get upset and they think, oh, he's ignoring me, or he doesn't want to be with me. Like my grandson, he's a crystal child. He's an empath like me. We need to recharge on our own. We don't want to be around a bunch of people. And that doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means I need to go in right now. And if it's your power animal, they're asking you some questions because Spirit's already been telling us what to do. So do you need to move more quickly in some area of your life? Are you being stubborn? Are you not doing what Spirit's been telling you to do for fucking ever? Are you putting blinders on? Inflexible? So you don't see the bigger picture? I'm not looking. No. I'm sticking my hands in my ears. I'm not looking. Do you have a secluded place, a secure place for yourself? Are you getting in your own way? What is that song? There's a song lately that's been coming out. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. You've asked Spirit for help. They're giving you the help. Now get out of your own way and allow it to happen. So the spirit of the ferret is what you call upon. It's going to help you uncover a hidden part of yourself. Whatever it is. If you're finding something difficult to understand in your life, meditate on the ferret. And then listen to what you're told. Okay, so now this is what we're going to be told. Change is good. And yes, it can hurt. Okay, so we've already been told something that we didn't want to do, right? I mean, the whole everything I started speaking about this morning was about something that you're not happy about the situation. And Spirit said with the 2 kittens, you need to let something go. It's not your place to be there. You need to move forward. Your place is not in that spot, but you're not letting go. So now you're in a transition stage, as we've been talking about this whole time. Sometimes it's not so hard, but sometimes it can be really freaking hard. Harsh, rough, painful, cruel. It can be incredibly uncomfortable. I mean, same thing as pregnancy, having a baby. I mean, that has got to be the most pain I've ever experienced. So, this little fairy, she's the one who's being protected by these 3. And they're not going to allow her to be passive about her life. They're not going to allow you to have this passive-aggressive attitude. Wow, did you see my phone flash right then? That's interesting. They're going to use their claws. They're going to use their cunning. They're going to use their adaptability. It flashed again. Weird. They're going to sense the danger that's there, and they're going to lead her to a safe place. This is about adapting again, right? We adapt, we change, we make choices. We become who we are. It's our life. So Spirit's sending you someone to guide you through whatever this is when you're feeling vulnerable. Through these tests, through this transition, because one cycle of your life has ended. And we need to let go of any self-limiting beliefs such as I cannot. Maybe that's why I'm not moving forward, right? Remember that song, I was lightning before the thunder. Who do you think you are? You can't do this without us. God, my phone keeps flashing at times. That's interesting. Specific times when I say certain things. Who do you think you are? I'm surrounded by ascended masters. That's who I think I am. I'm capable of doing anything I set my mind to. So Spirit says right now, they want you to be courageous. Change your limited beliefs that you're holding on to, these half-truths, these falsehoods. And let go and release and surrender whatever it is that you are attached to that is not in your highest good. You think it's got to happen this way. Spirit says, what you ask for, yes, we want to ask for this. I want that. I love that. That's great. Well, Spirit may course correct that. I want that or something better. Or maybe right now you're going to have to go somewhere else first and then you're going to go there, right? So we have to let go of the attachment to the outcome because Spirit's guiding us. Yes, we make our steps forward, but then allow ourselves to be course corrected. We have to step out of our comfort zone right now. And maybe we thought our life was supposed to go this way. This was my plan. It was supposed to roll out like this. Well, it's not. It's not. It's not going to happen like that. You thought it was going to happen that way? Well, it's not. So you have to allow Spirit to guide you through whatever it is that's difficult, take you out of your comfort zone so that you can expand. They're showing you a friend, a mentor, somebody, an advisor or some information. Something's going to come along that's going to give you a feeling of empowerment. You're not going to feel vulnerable and weak. You're going to feel empowered. So Spirit wants you to shift away from anything less than, I am capable of doing anything I set my mind to. I deserve the best. I expect the best. Face what is making you afraid, because it's not even real. It's not truthful. The biggest part of your fear is the fear. The fear is what's scaring you. It's not necessary, because whatever's in front of you is not going to kill you. Spirit is not going to allow you to be hurt in that way. There may be some pain, yes. Just like there is when you have a baby. It's painful. Just like when you have to pack up a house and move to a different city because your job got moved. That's painful. I'm moving away from my family, moving away from my home. I have to sell my car. I have to downsize. Sometimes there's pain in our life, but it's going to be for your highest good. It's better. So if this is your falling tower, if it's here, remember the tower falls because it's on a faulty foundation. And you're not, right now, if you pay attention to Spirit, the tower's not going to fall on you and crush you. If you don't pay attention to Spirit and follow the advice, you could be hurt very badly. Wow, and my phone flashed then. So there you go. Emphasis on that. So I'm going to ask for a song or whatever's on the radio. You don't know what it... I wish somebody would have told me, babe. Someday these would have been the good old days. Okay, so something has passed. Time has passed. Someday soon your whole life is going to change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days. Okay, so someday soon your life is going to change. And that's what's going on. So wherever you're at, enjoy what you have, enjoy every moment. Your life is about to change. And it's going to be for the better. But don't waste time. I wish someone would have told me, babe, that someday these would have been the good old days. This was the song about the person who was too afraid to go after what he wanted, too afraid to ask the girl out, so worried about what everybody else thought of them and didn't move forward. And then all of a sudden, God, I wake up and I'm this age. I was so hell-bent on my career and becoming successful. And now that I'm here, I realize I didn't go after the things that really mattered. What I thought I was striving, I was wanting to get there. I wanted to get there. I wanted to get there. And I didn't live what was here. I didn't do the things in my day-to-day life that I should have done. I was so fucking worried about what everyone else thought. My heart wanted that so bad. I wanted that job. I loved that girl. I wanted to experience that, and I didn't do any of it. Don't be that person. Because someday soon, your whole life's going to change. We don't have a promise of tomorrow. We have a promise of today. So live it. And do what Spirit's guiding you to do. Take that leap of faith. Move. Act. They will keep you safe. And whatever it is, whatever project or whatever's precious in your heart, if there's someone there, and there is somebody there that's got an agenda, keep that tucked in close to your heart, safe. Don't let anybody else mess up your perfect story. Have a good day, guys.